And we did it, folks. We're back for an evening update. It is now August 19th. And let's go over the stories from the first few days of the week. Guys, I am surprised that I made it. I am extremely tired. I slept about an hour and a half last night because for whatever reason, I just had one of those nights where you lay there and just can't fall asleep. So I posted some stuff for sale on Facebook Marketplace. I did all kinds of other somewhat productive things. But hey, still had to go to work, still had to do the things, but we're here. So let's get the first story pulled up. And that's right, we did it. Jason Aldean, guys, what a great weekend to hang out, play a little mini golf, and raise $200,000 for Heroes for Children. Shout out to the bravest and funniest kids I've ever met, DJ Daniel, plus friends at Patriot Mobile and Astros for making this possible. Guys, our favorite little guy, still kicking. Jason Aldean, still doing wonderful Jason Aldean things. You can see there Shell's comment, Jason making this boy's dream come true is absolutely humbling to see. DJ is our favorite little guy. Yes, he is. Stuff like this makes me appreciate what you do. God bless Jason Aldean and crew. Absolutely, guys. So that's our heartwarming story to get us kicked off before we head into government, because we all know government is just a cesspool of nonsense and evil. But in a refreshing change, we have a story about government that is somewhat positive. Tulsi Gabbard has stripped the security clearances of 37 individuals over their involvement with the Russia hoax. Hang on a sec. Kiddo wanted me to move a bunch of stuff in the room so that she could color on the table. And it's like, sweetheart, I love you, but I'm a little bit busy. We'll do that after the stream's over. Yeah, stripped 37 security clearances for people involved in the Russia hoax. Guys, the 50 whatever people that were involved saying that it was real already got theirs stripped. So it's good to see, making more progress. Tulsi Gabbard doing the right thing. We also have government doing the right thing here. The State Department has revoked more than 6,000 student visas due to assault, burglary, DUI, and support for terrorists. Let's go. Yes, guys. Excellent to see that we are standing up for our values. Excellent to see that Rubio's doing the thing. So you see your conservative alternatives comment. Marco, revoke them all. Yeah, guys. It's good to see. Definitely revoke as many of them as we can, because being here is a privilege. I don't care what anyone says. If you want to abuse the United States, if you don't want to take care of her, if you want to take advantage of her, you can just get the heck out. White House, again, absolute fire, guys. Posted this. New in the West Wing. Nice piece of artwork. Good to see for sure. Absolutely, Shell. New in the West Wing, guys. Pretty bomb painting. Gotta love it. I really do enjoy the artwork that he's put up. You know, the mugshot. This shot, like they're just so good. Keep going, White House. You're doing the right things. You got John Kennedy, senator that just always has jokes. Advice for dealing with Democrats: never interfere with your opponent when he's kicking his own ass. What's up, Crispy? Good to see you. I saw the meme you posted, sir. Whew. We might get to it though. Let's pull this up real quick. We'll watch it. It's not that long.
With us now, Louisiana Republican Senator John Kennedy. Good to see you, sir. Thank you. Are Republicans having fun these days?
Well, they shouldn't be. They're mostly doing a pretty awful job as well.
I wouldn't describe it as fun. I enjoy my job, but I'm not sure that fun is the right term. I think we're winning more than we're losing. Some of that is due to Republicans, but a lot of it, as you pointed out, Leland, is due to Democrats. As I've said before, you never interfere with your opponent when he's kicking his own ass.
With us now, Louisiana Republican Senator.
It's hard to argue with that logic, guys. It really is. Never interfere with your enemy when he's kicking his own ass. So yeah, It's not really that the Republicans are winning, guys. It's that the Democrats are beating themselves. The Republicans really aren't doing a whole lot when it comes to being productive. Now, we did revoke some student visas, and we're doing a couple other good things. We got Thomas Massey here, that I'll play this clip here in just a second, doing some good things. But like overall, the Republican Party, the rhinos, the unit party is just as disgusting as the Democrats, if not worse. At least the Democrats are honest that they're communists and that they want to take all of your stuff and give it to other people. Republicans try and pretend that they're not, and then they do it all anyway, and then they spend just as much money anyway.
I'll tell you right now, this would be 50% of solving the problem. Get rid of the giant bills.
Yes.
Okay. The omnibus bills, the
Yes.
continuing resolutions, and even the big, beautiful bill.
Yes.
Bring up omnibus bill. We looked it up the other day when Mr. Vance was here, but I just want to go over it again. An omnibus bill is proposed law that covers a number of diverse or unrelated topics. So it's not even really fair because you only get one vote on the bill.
Correct. And so typically an omnibus bill, it includes at least 12 other bills. Why not put that shit on the floor one at a time?
I agree.
And then that way, you can go to your representative or your senators
Yes.
and say, why did you vote for that?
Absolutely.
Right now, they can say, well, Theo, I had to vote for it. I had a pay raise for soldiers, right? They literally will put a pay raise for soldiers in every freaking giant bill so that if you vote against it, you have to go back home and watch TV ads that say he voted against a pay raise for the soldiers.
Right.
Yep. Giant omnibus bills. The NDAA is the bill that he's talking about, which is the National Defense Authorization Act. It's the bill that they use to fund the DOD, and they love to cram it full of pork and other nonsense. They love to put things in there because they know, just like he pointed out right here, people can't vote against it. If you vote against the NDAA, which I believe Thomas Massey has, as has Ron Paul, and a lot of the other good patriots, if you vote against the NDAA, they will spit roast you in the media because you hate the troops. I think you hate America a lot more if you're pro-omnibus bill. I'm definitely on board with Massey on this one, guys. Omnibus bills need to go. Here's a post by our very own Questionable Gardener. You can catch us here in a little bit at 8:45 p.m. Eastern with the Topic Exchange. We have our DOGE episode tonight. So I'll be co-hosting that along with Shell here and host Questionable Gardener. So he says here, my grandfather fought in Italy in World War II, still have his flight jacket, and on the inside is sewn an Italian lira. To see Italy standing strong as a show of peace in the world in the people's house of the United States is just heartwarming that the sacrifices made were worth it. Let's check it out.
Prime Minister Meloni of Italy, who's a really great leader and an inspiration over there. She's served now, even though she's a very young person, she's served there for a long period of time relative to others. They don't last very long. You've lasted a long time. You're going to be there a long time. Please, Georgia, go ahead.
Well, thank you very much, Donald, Mr. President, for hosting
Donald.
us today in this important meeting. And I think it is an important day, a new phase, after 3 years and a half that we didn't see any kind of sign from the Russian side that there was a willing for dialogue. So something is changing, something has changed.
Yes, the presidency. The president changed. Yeah. That's what changed, guys. The president. We no longer have Sleepy Joe in office. So we did it.
Thanks to you. Thanks also to the stalling in the battlefield, which was achieved with the bravery of Ukrainians and with the unity that we all provided to Ukraine. And the reason why I mention it is that we also have to remind that if we want to reach peace and if we want to guarantee justice, we have to do it united. So that's why it's a very good day, the one we are in. You can obviously count on Italy as it was from the beginning. We are on the side of Ukraine, and we do absolutely support your efforts towards peace.
Now, guys, I don't know if I necessarily agree. I'm not really pro-Ukraine or pro-Russia at this point. I think I'm anti-involvement. It's a European conflict. It's a European issue, guys. It is not our problem. Crispy says, I absolutely love Georgia. Yeah, Yeah, she's actually pretty based. Karen says he is the best. Probably talking about Senator Kennedy. Yes, Shell. Senator Kennedy is pretty great. Yeah, guys, like in general, I think like I am just anti-intervention in conflicts that aren't ours. Like I really do hope they find a resolution to this. I don't understand the long-standing propaganda that Russia is always the bad guy. It's been that way in action movies since I was a young kid, right? Since the fall of the Berlin Wall and with Reagan in office, like everything was always Russia, Russia, Russia. Look at Rocky, right? Like the movie where he fought against the giant Russian. You always have Russian bad guys until recently. And then you had like Chuck Norris in Delta Force. And you saw the transition from Russia was the big bad guy to the terrorism and the terrorists, the brown people of the Middle East. Well, guys, I don't really believe any of that propaganda. Like, sure, they did some things that harmed us, but also look what we do to them constantly. Is it surprising at all that the people in the Middle East hate the United States? Would we like it if China dropped bombs on the U.S. and flew out of bases in Mexico? Like, no, we wouldn't like it. Just put yourself in their shoes. We go into transport from government. Guys, massive explosion occurred in the cargo ship near the Key Bridge in Baltimore. So, yep, what is going on with the Francis Scott Key Bridge, right? First, we hit it with a cargo ship. Now we have this. Like, that is not a small explosion at all. So what is happening, guys? Baltimore City Fire Department reported the ship caught fire in the river at the site where the Key Bridge collapsed, while initial reports describe it as an explosion. Officials clarified the incident involved an underdeck fire that sent smoke billowing into the air with a lot of force. It may not have been an explosion, guys. An explosion, by definition, is supersonic. It may have been a deflagration. Vessel is being removed from the channel. The cause of the fire is under investigation. Well, you think, oh, that's weird. We have an explosion/fire. Cool. That's just an isolated incident, right? Well, no, a vehicle crashed into a veterinary office in Wilmington, North Carolina, and caused a gas pipeline to explode.
Oh, my God. Oh, my gosh.
So you got here. Officials say firefighters were injured, one suffering severe hand burns after a car crashed into the clinic in New Center Drive, rupturing a gas line that triggered the blast. The driver, who was headed to a car dealership, fled the scene but was later arrested. Full extent of the injuries remain unclear. I wonder what the demographic information of the driver is. What do you guys think? Could just be a drunk white guy or girl. You never know. But you're like, oh, that's cool, right? We haven't had anything else recently in the past. Oh, wait, Nick Sotor is reminding us all that East Palestine in Ohio basically got nuked. Karen says, I missed the North Carolina gas line. Yeah, guys, that was actually posted just not long before the show. I caught it as I was flipping through X before the show started. So that was more recent, guys. But you got to remember, the Norfolk Southern essentially nuked this town, and they're basically reneging on a lot of the promises they made. So Nick Sotor is basically taking this upon himself and saying that he's going to refuse to let them get away with it and may have to go back there and expose them. Yeah, guys, East Palestine, Ohio, we've had train derailments elsewhere. We have all these transport issues. And then, we'll get to it here in a minute, but we also have other transport issues, and a lot of them are being caused by foreigners. So people that don't love this country are doing an awful lot of damage to it. But now, in a turn of a little bit of hilarity, as we head into the immigration section of the show real quick, Tony Moon, who is one of the original rooftop Koreans, that's right, guys, OG rooftop Korean, says gang warfare in LA now includes calling ICE on your rivals. If anybody else doesn't think that's hilarious, I don't know what is. As you said, get them to point each other out to ICE. 5th gen warfare. Outstanding. It's also funny. DHS has confirmed that a Tennessee man who raped a homeless woman to death in front of a church as she was dying, right? Unconscious woman. Like, oh, here's an unconscious woman. Culturally, that's acceptable, right? They just didn't know any better. That's always the excuse you hear in the UK, right? Oh, these migrants don't understand. It's a cultural difference. They don't know they're not supposed to do this stuff. Ooh, what? This guy's name is literally Muhammad, and he is from Somalia. Tell me that they're sending us their best. Like, what is happening, guys? We can't keep letting these creatures in. And sure, there are bad people that grow up here and that are born here, but guys, all of these crimes are preventable because none of these people should be here. Then we can worry about the crimes committed by the native-born people, okay? Like, can we just agree to that? Get rid of all of the aliens, all of the criminal aliens. Just let them go, and then we can sort it out. Speaking of more aliens, let's see some Dearborn folks. Let's see what they have to say.
The message for the people of Gaza is going to be more of the message that should be sent to the people here, in that they have achieved victory. We haven't done anywhere near enough. And the people here, I promise you, we do feel ashamed. We do feel like we're not doing enough. We do feel like change needs to come, because change must come. And in the form that it must come is that this empire, the American empire that's been hurting our people since the beginning, the imperial Western powers that have been hurting our people since the beginning, they must fall.
So we have people in Dearborn that are saying that the American empire must fall. Sounds like you should just go. Karen says this almost made me puke, and it's the second such case in a little over a year. Yeah, you also had the subway where they just lit the lady on fire. Like the way that they're treating Americans here, Karen, is just disgusting. But then you get a-holes like this that are just talking about that the American empire needs to end. It's like, you can just go, man. Just go. Just go. And speaking of criminal aliens that are here that shouldn't be, causing the death of more Americans, the illegal alien truck driver that we covered on Saturday, who killed 3 people, failed an English language assessment, getting 2 out of 12 answers right and identifying 1/4 of highway traffic signs. It was discovered that Washington and California issued a commercial driver's license despite not being eligible for it. Authorities in New Mexico also failed to issue ELP tests when Singh was stopped there for speeding. These states, guys, are letting these people get away with far too much. And then what happens? Well, here, Secretary Sean Duffy, they're launching an investigation into the driver and White Hawk carrier. What we know so far is Washington State improperly issued a driver a full-term CDL. Asylum seekers and illegal aliens are not allowed to receive this. New Mexico failed to conduct English language proficiency tests when they pulled the driver over for speeding. Had they done this, the driver would not have been on the road. Maybe. That's not to say they wouldn't have driven illegally, because they're already here illegally. We must also look into California's issuance of the driver's CDL. States must follow the rules. If they had, this driver would have never been behind the wheel, and 3 precious lives would still be with us. The failures here are despicable. Non-enforcement and radical immigration policies have turned the trucking industry into a lawless frontier, resulting in unqualified foreign drivers improperly acquiring licenses to operate 40-ton vehicles. Not only that, guys, we just covered, I believe it was North Carolina, just permitted foreign doctors who have not received training or testing in the United States to practice medicine in their state. So more and more, they're tolerating this nonsense, and it's costing lives. And then you have G Prime 85, George Alexopoulos, who always has wonderful cartoons, guys. If you're not following this account, go follow it right now, because his art is second to none. Diversity, our wheels, your strength, causing a pileup. Because what happened was they made an illegal U-turn on the median, and as they were doing so, that minivan wedged itself underneath the truck or the trailer and killed the 3 occupants inside. Karen says a driver with the exact same name collapsed a critical bridge in Arkansas last year by being 64,000 pounds over the limit. Oh, Lordy. That sounds intentional. Driving with that much weight is super dangerous. Yeah, guys, immigration. Gotta love it. Heading into culture. Guys, Lectern Leader is hilarious. He is one of the January Sixers. So shout out to Chad. Shout out to Lectern Leader. Shout out to Enrique and all the other people that suffered at the hands of the government that day. But I love to see these jokes, guys. Like, it just shows that our culture isn't all negative. It's not all bad, right? And our culture can do things like posting out the space, guys. Post out this live stream. Please let friends and family see it. We are only at 22 views right now. Got to pump those numbers up, guys. Rookie numbers. Let's pump those numbers up. Share out the live stream, please. But you can't, Enrique posts, you can't fucking take this guy anywhere because his shtick, Adam, or Lectern Leader shtick, is to basically move lecterns, podiums, and apparently also the music things around. Anything he can get his hands on, guys, he will move it a good 20 feet and be accused of stealing it. Because that's what happened with Nancy Pelosi's lectern, guys. He moved it to a different place in the room, and everyone accused him of stealing it. Didn't happen. Fake news. Fake news, guys. Fake news. Seamus from Freedom Tunes, guys. Freedom Tunes is also a lovely content creator. Definitely should follow them as well. Guys, George Alexopoulos, Freedom Tunes, all of these accounts, they're just amazing follows. So if you're not following them, you definitely need to be. And I'm getting a phone call. Gotta love it. We're going to just reject that phone call. No thanks, guys. You can spam someone else. Dad says, I saved all my life. Instead of blowing through my money before I die, I'll give it to my son. Son says, thank you, Father. I will help. It'll help me raise my family. Freelance journalist Abby Wilkinson, isn't there someone you forgot to ask? It says, why not fund the welfare state with a 100% inheritance tax? Guys, this is an awful idea. This is an awful idea, and it's only going to be supported by awful people like this who probably don't have kids and definitely won't leave a legacy anyway. So their answer is to steal yours. How about this, Abby? No. Just no. You can't have 100% inheritance tax. That's wild. Oh, Tim Poole posted, the population isn't collapsing. It has collapsed. The shoreline is receding, and no one understands the tsunami that's about to hit us. As U.S. population goes, it will be impossible to redevelop. Automation won't replace your customers. That's true. Homas says it is just way too difficult to get people to understand the tsunami thing, but the tsunami isn't here now. That's the big thing, right? People are arguing, guys, I don't know what you're talking about. It's not a big deal, guys. Just because the population is collapsing, it hasn't collapsed yet, so I don't need to do anything, right? I don't need to change my ways. I don't need to go have kids. I don't need to do anything. Somebody else will take care of it. That's the culture we have now. If it's not actually doing it yet, then it doesn't matter. Mom, if dad are Republican, posts make it very difficult to get an abortion, make it illegal except for rare specific reasons. I think that would fix it. It would help. Guys, it would definitely help. We have aborted an entire generation of people in this country and others. Hold on. The kids are being kids. Gotta love them. Just being very loud. Can you please be quiet? A little bit? Just a little bit. Thank you. Carrot says it only takes one generation and we're roughly halfway. Yeah, guys, the generations are getting very small. It's not good. It's very not sustainable, guys. We've watched Japan and South Korea collapse in real time, and we are not far behind them. We need to start having more kids. Elon Musk, who's single-handedly trying to fight this, says, I've been warning about this since the turn of the century. And you know what? He's been trying to do something about it. But in a crazy post, guys, that I added here, Chinese scientists are developing the world's first pregnancy humanoid robot that's capable of giving birth to human babies using an artificial womb. The project is expected to launch by next year with an estimated price of around $13,900. So for half the price of a decent car, you can now completely replace women. As Rosler's points, honestly, what the actual F? This was not on my bingo card. Like, of all the random things I expected today, this wasn't even close to making the list. It's only a matter of time before robots take over. I don't know when, but when it does happen, it's going to change everything. Either it'll be something amazing and great, or it'll turn into a full-on Terminator-style war. Conservative alternatives. Hey, I love my girlfriend, but she's kind of expensive. China. LMAO, bro. Did I got something for you? Oh, guys, our future is not looking good. We got to change this stuff now. In response to law enforcement taking Washington, D.C.'s security seriously, and by law enforcement, I mean the National Guard and the military, 10:30 at night on a Saturday night, guys, empty. It's working. Criminals are terrified right now. No mobs terrorizing civilians. No violent street fights. Nobody hit by stray gunfire. No large-scale robberies in D.C. on the weekend at 10:30 p.m., guys. Let me hit refresh, see if we got a video now that a couple of these tabs are closed. The video doesn't want to work. Okay, that's fine. But yeah, guys, nature is healing. It turns out if you just arrest a lot of the criminals, crime kind of stops. It's weird how that works, isn't it? Like, maybe we should try that more. Instead of being like these progressive judges in progressive cities where we let people out on with no cash bail so that you can just continue to reoffend and be a criminal a-hole. Like, let's not do that. Lectern leader Adam posts from the rooftop. Good Lord. Andrew Yang, who people used to think was real smart and actually was a decent, had a decent chance running in 2016. We should be making it easier to vote, like voting on your phone, not harder. Which Tony Moon, rooftop Korean himself, thanks for fucking up the stereotype that Asians are smart. Oh. Yep. Good job, Tony. Keep it up. Roz Alert's post, Stephen Miller says the governor Gavin Newsom and LA Mayor Karen Bass are guilty of crimes against humanity for facilitating child trafficking and sex trafficking, or sax trafficking. Yes, Karen, Tony Moon is a hilarious, hilarious follow. OG rooftop Koreans. Let's go. And like Gardner says, though, nothing's going to happen. Nope, nothing's going to happen. Stephen Miller's finally telling the truth to the world. I applaud him for it. We need more. We do, but you know what we also need? Some accountability. LA County, 72 genders, 0 operational fire hydrants. Oh, guys, the only support Gavin Newsom will ever get out of me is from D's Nuts. Kid Rock wants you to support Gavin Newsom. Yeah, he's like, no, dog. Nope. He's,
Nope.
Nope. So Kid Rock came back and said, nope, D's Nuts. Oh, guys, if you haven't listened to Tom McDonald's new song, go support the original, go watch the video, and then go watch my reaction to the video. Then go watch everyone else's reaction and download the song on iTunes because it's hilarious. But Gavin Newsom decided to start beef with Tom on X over the last 2 days, and it has been wonderful.
Gavin, I knew you were a clown, but I didn't know that you were this clown.
Where the devil lives in California. He a politician. He passing bills that bring chaos and division. Yeah, the devil lives in California.
And we're going to stop that there so that YouTube doesn't get all mad about copyright. But guys, go check out the original content for sure. Support Tom and his mission. The video that Nova put together for it is wonderful. So go check it out today. A lot of fun. And in a nice heartwarming end to our culture section, guys, you have Chris Candy stepping into Barf's shoes in Spaceballs 2, honoring his father, John Candy's unforgettable laughter and heart. So this is wonderful. My eyes are burning for some reason, and it feels like I got tear gassed. I don't like it. Hi, chat band. We did do it. So share out the live, please. Help the village and everybody else not burn. Help the country not burn. Help everything not burn down. Or just, fuck it, burn it all down. Who knows? But definitely share out the live stream, guys. We're only at 32 views. Come on. We got to do better than that. Chris Candy, guys. It's wonderful to see. Spaceballs 2 is wonderful. I think it's great to see Mel Gibson putting together a second one of these. I hope they don't ruin it, but I have a feeling that Mel Gibson won't let them do that. So I'm anticipating this movie to be good. I might actually go back to a movie theater for this one, guys. What do you think? I think this might actually be worth doing. The last time I went and saw a movie in the movie theater was Top Gun Maverick. I don't get out very often, especially with two small kids. So heading into nuclear and energy, because it's one of my favorite things to talk about. And if you know me at all, you'll know that I can talk endlessly about it. It's wonderful. It's exciting. It's energizing and electrifying. Shell wants to go to the movie theater. Yep, Spaceballs 2, guys. It's going to be good, hopefully. Mel Brooks, don't fuck it up, please. Office of Nuclear Energy, U.S. Department of Energy. We're strengthening our nuclear fuel supply chains to power the American nuclear energy renaissance. We need it, guys. If we're going to keep building data centers and competing in AI, we absolutely need it. The wind is not going to do it. Solar is not going to do it. The amount of batteries you would need to make that happen is just not something you want to think about, especially if you're doing it with lithium, guys. Just know we need nuclear. Wind and solar cannot power America alone. Thank you, Department of Energy. When the wind slows and the sun sets, the grid needs dependable energy. Our nation is home to vast untapped resources, coal, natural gas, and nuclear energy to deliver unwavering power for generations. Yes, that is the base load, guys. There is base load. That's the amount of power the grid always needs to make. And then there is the cycling load throughout the day as people do laundry and open and close their businesses and, brush their teeth with electric toothbrushes that they need to recharge and all the other nonsense. That load goes up and down, but the base load is always there. Best way to supply that? Nuclear. I like Donald Trump's post here. Stupid and ugly windmills are killing New Jersey. Energy prices are up 28% this year. Not enough electricity to care for the state. Stop. The windmills. I agree. You can also do other really fun things with it, guys. Lots of fun things. Crispy nuclear is the future. I agree. And the future is crispy. Hopefully not because of nuclear, though. Right? But yeah, nuclear thermal propulsion rockets can reduce travel time to Mars by 25%. And more importantly, limit a flight crew's exposure to cosmic radiation. Yes, guys, that's right. Having a nuclear-powered rocket would lower the overall exposure to radiation by astronauts going to Mars because it's reducing the amount of time that they're spending in space not protected by an atmosphere. But yeah, thermal propulsion, it works. Your liquid propellant, most likely hydrogen, is pumped through the reactor core. Fission generates heat. Propellant heats up and expands into a gas. Gas is forced through a nozzle to produce thrust. Yep, that's it. Pump, reactor, reflector, thrust nozzle. I like it. Let's do it. Nuclear thermal rockets, guys, that reduce travel time to Mars by 25%. Twice the amount of thrust force for the flow rate of propellant. And allows for broader launch windows and the ability to abort missions. That's right. Because right now, you basically start a mission, you're on your way there. There's no coming back. You got to wait to get all the way out there and slingshot back. It's the only way you get back. You've seen The Martian is a okay example of this. I really didn't like the underlying theme that China's great and the America sucks in that movie and that we're incompetent and need China to save us. So other than that propaganda, the movie was okay. And I wouldn't want to farm in my own poop. That just sounds gross. So the other week I talked about Cherenkov radiation, guys. This is what it looks like. And let me see if I can refresh it. I'm really tired of these videos not working properly. Come on, guys. Let's do it. Well, the video doesn't want to work, but why so blue? The blue glow that you see surrounding a reactor core is caused by a phenomenon known as Cherenkov radiation. And guys, this is what happens when you have particles going faster than the speed of light in water because depending on the medium that it's traveling through, it has a different speed limit. Comes out of the helium gap in the reactor fuel, going faster than the speed of light in water. So when it hits water, it has to slow down. It slows down by de-exciting. It de-excites by kicking out a photon, and that photon is in the wavelength of this gorgeous blue color, guys. It is one of my favorite things on God's green earth. As we head out of there, though, we go into MAHA and DOGE. Secretary Kennedy, in response to Hegseth posting that President Trump set the example by putting forth efforts to make America healthy again. This is why we're introducing the Pete and Bobby Challenge. 100 push-ups, 50 pull-ups. Who's up for the challenge? The 50 pull-ups is ridiculous, guys. But I love to see it. These guys are just doing pull-ups, pull-up machines. That is not easy. It's not easy at all, guys. That is why it is a challenge. But yeah, Secretary Kennedy, Pete Hegseth, issuing the challenge. As we get into MAHA as well, eat better, right? High-quality food. You're like, oh, I'm eating protein. This should be good for me. But then you go get your shrimp from Walmart, and the Great Value frozen shrimp was apparently potentially contaminated with cesium-137, a radioactive isotope, specifically applying to Great Value brand frozen shrimp. So you try to do the right thing. You go, let me save a little money and buy the frozen stuff. And then there you go. You end up with cesium-contaminated radioactive shrimp at Walmart. Kara says, one Marine, did it in less than 3 minutes. Ooh. Dang. 3 minutes for 100 push-ups and 50 pull-ups? That's wild. Good job, Marine. Doge, questionable Gardner here. Hold on. Please? Thank you. It's almost bedtime, guys. Just calm down, please. Hey, stop wrestling your brother. She's putting him in a headlock. I think my daughter's trying to rear naked choke my son. There we have it. $600 billion, guys. Note that the Doge clock is on contract ceilings, not actual savings. When a contract is canceled, part and sometimes most of that money has already been spent. It does, however, make it difficult for contracts to get renewed and spent further. The savings per taxpayer is inaccurate as a result. Well, you know what? That's okay, though. I still like to see the number get bigger, guys. Still rookie numbers, though. That number needs to be much, much higher, especially because they decided, hey, let's get all the Republicans and everyone else together and let's spend $5 trillion that we don't have. I know that there has been a lot of debate on the topic exchange about the source of our ails, whether it is the legislature spending too much or it's the Fed printing too much. Either way, there's too much damn money flying around and it's causing problems. Crispy says, it's no wonder my kids glow in the dark. Are you feeding your kids Great Value frozen shrimp, Crispy? Questionable Gardner also posing Politico take heat from Doge for making accusations about contract savings. If anything, an argument can be made that these numbers are underinflated due to incremental increase in renewed contracts. The attached images are for hotels and and temporary laundering for State Department personnel assigned to training at FSI. You can clearly see how $24.5 million is obligated with only $14 million spent so far. If this contract were canceled today, the total cut is $24.5 million. The ceiling value, the savings, would be $10.5 million because that's the unspent portion. Note, however, this contract started at $4 million in 2022 and has ballooned each year. It's a good point, guys. They don't spend the same money every year. They sometimes even program in annual increases for the spending. And even if they don't, they just say, oh, hey, that wasn't enough last year, guys. We spent it all. Can I get more? And they go, oh, yeah, man. Show me the receipts. Oh, you did spend it all. Okay, yeah, you can have more. Like it's a broken system, guys. We're drowning. We're dying over here. And the government is just spending money like it just has endless amounts. So I'm going to go ahead and post the link to this, guys. This is, oh, I guess you can't see it. This is the upcoming Space Tonight. So definitely check that out. Check it out. DOGE monthly update. Local efforts launching soon. So we'll get into that. And then we're going to head into memes, guys. This is hilarious. I don't know who posted this, but whoever you are, thank you. Well, I guess Hunter Eagleman posted this, but I don't think he originated this meme, but it's good. 2025, and we are here, guys. Conservative women and liberal women. Oh, God, liberal women are ugly. Of course, we knew that already. And then conservative alternative, and now Newsom wants to run for president. It's like we ruined California, guys, with your vote. We can do it for the entire nation. Guys, we can't let these a-holes do it to the rest of the nation. We just can't. Ooh, excuse me. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to do this. This got posted to us by Karen, so thank you for submitting this. Drop the wildest COVID-related pic or video you've come across. I'll start with this gem from my collection. Yeah, the COVID era baptisms, guys, with holy water and a squirt gun. Just ridiculous. That is pretty good. But then also, oh God.
Nope.
I don't like it, guys. I don't like it at all. I know this is related to the story from this week, but gosh, that hurts. Ooh, Karen's got to fire one now. Proof it only takes 3 1/4 inches to please a woman. What do you ladies think in the chat? Do you agree? That's all it takes, 3 1/4 inches. What do you guys think? I've never seen a 6-inch credit card. Just saying. Even though everyone always wants 6 inches. I don't know who this is. Maybe Karen, you can fill me in, but I don't believe in responsibility or accountability. I mean, that's every progressive and communist pretty much ever. This looks like an AI generated mix of multiple people. I don't know. Is this a specific person, Karen? You got to let me know. Let me know in the comments. Oh, and we got another submission for John Kennedy, guys. Another submission for John Kennedy. Let's go.
How did we get here? Well, we stopped teaching our kids about the Cold War and Stalin's death camps in communist Soviet Union, and the fact that Mao and communist China killed tens of millions.
Now you're saying I mentioned it earlier in the show. Karen, now you're just making me feel bad. I've had like an hour and a half of sleep. What's up, West Virginia? Good to see you, man. You know, if you're not careful, someone's going to beat you to my house for an interview and take the hat. Just saying. I know you've been busy, brother. Hopefully everything's going well for you.
Millions of people. But also because the mainstream wing of the party is scared to death of the loon wing. They won't speak up. And they don't stand for anything anymore. All they stand for is whatever is against whatever President Trump stands for.
Yep, they're just the anti-Trump party. That's all they're doing.
That's why we find ourselves in the extraordinary position of mainstream Democrats have now come out firmly and passionately in favor of crime in Washington, D.C. Why? Because Trump is trying to do something about it.
Guys, that's true. They're booing the cops and defending crime in Washington, D.C. It is a crazy thing to see. Let's see. Do we got any? Just looking to see. Gardner, do you got any memes? Anyone? I don't see any from Gardner. Just looking real quick to see if I missed any memes, guys. All right, doesn't look like it. If anyone's got a last second one, you better post it quick. Send me a DM. But guys, it's been fun. I've got topic exchange tonight with Gardner at 8:45 p.m., guys. So give it about half hour. Meet us over there. So that's on Tuesdays, 8:45 p.m. Tuesday, Thursdays, right now, you can find me here at 7:30. And I will gladly say, hey, and go over the news with you. Also, Saturday nights at 7 p.m. so that we can make it over to the conversation at 9. You can catch us here as well. So thank you for listening to the news, guys. It's always fun. You'll be there. Yep. Karen, thanks. Thank you for your support. Always enjoy it. Also, always enjoy the memes, Karen. You keep it up. I don't care what they say about you at the HOA meetings. You're okay in our book. Actually, you're more than okay. You're great in our book. Don't let them take that away from you. Yeah, guys, we're going to be back on Thursday. We're going to be around. You can find me on X. You can find me on my Discord. You can find me on the Men's Empowerment Network. You can find me on the Discord for the Men's Empowerment Network. You can go to my website and get to my replacement for a Linktree that Siraj and Time Chain was able to put together for me. So you can find that in my X profile. Follow those. You can support me in various ways there. So I will see you guys around. Have a wonderful rest of your night. And I will see you over at the Topic Exchange in a half an hour. Have a wonderful night, guys. God bless.